Yo, welcome back to Crazy Bull TV. Big up to ManDem in the building already. Thank you for joining me for another episode of What ManDem Saying. You know, this show is all about anything and everything that's going on football. Not necessarily Liverpool, but we will, of course, talk about Liverpool because, me, I'm a big time Liverpool fan. So, of course, it might sound like it's just a Liverpool show, but it's not. So, before we start, please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Come on, subscribe if you haven't. We are almost there we are what, 8 away from 450. So, please, before the end of the show, let's get to 450. And today, let's break another record. Let's get the likes up. So, while you are walking in, just hit the like. Just hit the like. You know what I mean? But thank you again for joining us. We're going to have a great show today. We're going to be talking about everything that's going on in the world of football. So if you have any question, put it in the comment or in the chat. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? As the title goes, Wirtz. We have to speak about Wirtz because what's there to speak about Wirtz? Same thing. I mean, at this point, they say it's so close. I was reading on Mr. Fab, and he said it's getting very close. I don't know what that means, but he seems to think that the communication, everything that has to do with the deal is getting there. You know what I mean? Seems like the deal is getting ready to be, or should I say, the fee is getting ready to be agreed. Liverpool seems to have agreed on the final fee. How much? Nobody knows. Is it going to be player plus a fee? Is it going to be Kwanzaa going the other way? Is it going to be Elliott going on the other side? Rumors are none of that is happening right now. Apparently, Harvey Elliott said he doesn't want to move to Germany. But a lot of Junos have said, whether you believe not the big time Junos, most Junos have said that Leverkusen wants a player in exchange. Of course, they've lost quite a bit of players and they would like to have somebody in there. But let me say hello to the people. We got Honesty in the building, hitting us with the news already. He said, Wirtz signing for Liverpool is a matter of when, not if. And it has been for a week or so now. Same news, right? Liverpool have received expression of interest in Díaz and not actively looking to sell. Oh, have no expression. Yes. Sorry. Ooh. Let's sip my tea. More from Mr. Joyce on Luis Díaz. However, Liverpool have no plans to open talks with Díaz, who has 2 years left on his existing deal. He will turn 29 midway through next season. Kabak is in the house. What going, Kabak? What's happening, player? Big up to yourself, Rev9. Big up yourself. It's only a matter of time. Facts. I think Kirkers will be announced first. Man was already seen signing a Liverpool shirt. We were going to talk about that too. Alex Garcia on whether it's better for Wirtz to join Liverpool over Bayern. Of course, it's better not to have him as a rival. Ta has gone to Bayern. If Wirtz were to leave, they did we also. Liverpool goes in the house. We're gone, man. He's red rebelling. Maybe Díaz stays one more season and then goes the season after. We will talk about that. I think he will go to England and make a difference. I wish him the best of luck because apart from being a star, he is a very good guy. That's what we go for, man. Those are the players we go for, you know? We said Federico Chiesa reaches a verbal agreement with who? AC Milan over a return to Italy. Oh, that's a new one. Premier League have unanimously voted to maintain the 30 pound cap on away ticket price. This decision will follow ongoing discussion around affordability and importance of strong away support. Yes, sir. The cap was spearheaded by Liverpool very own supporters union, Shankland, Spirit of Shankland. They do good job out there, man. Big up to those men. Um, I've seen rumors Kerkers is in Liverpool doing his medical, but those might catch up. Might be ketchup sauces. Ah, so before I start, excuse me, we need to big up our own Baz because Baz said you will probably hear about something on by Wednesday. There will be some news, and it seems like there is more news on Kirker's side than there is on the Verse side. But the funny thing is, yesterday there was a news about Wirtz from Fabino who said that it's getting closer, right? However close, nobody knows. It's always close, 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 close. I mean, I've seen people do here we go, here we go, here. I mean, how many here we go can we do, right? But my understanding is, and I've told you guys from day one, the deal is a big deal. It's the same thing when you know negotiating with a big contract. It does not just get done right away. Most contracts that you think like people say, well, Haaland was done real fast because they were talking to him a year before the time that we heard about it. So everything was already in place. The price range, how much he's gonna get in terms of his wages. So by the time we heard about it, they just was just signing everything, and even with that, it took few weeks, right? So same thing with here. This one is extremely. This is going to be a world breaker, at least in the Premier League side. It's going to be a breaker. So everything has to be properly done. We don't want people to come in like, oh, we got played and all that kind of stuff. Um, it's it's. I believe it's going to get done. I think it's going to get done. He's going to be a Liverpool player. Listen to what our man, honestly, all the news that he has brought up forth shows that, even his teammates know he's going. Bayern hasn't made any deals, attempt to, oh, we're going to go through the back door and see if we could get him. Real Madrid hasn't approached him. Barcelona hasn't approached him. PSG hasn't approached him. And it's basically the same player who's only been approached by, and that is Liverpool. So at this point, you're not hearing that Leverkusen is upset. I know there are some people who are trying to make it seem like, trying to start a slide rumor about, oh, he's getting antsy and he's kind of frustrated about why the deal is not made by now, which it's false, right? Because everybody associated with him or close by have said this guy's going to Liverpool. Not at one point has anybody said he's, and I'm not talking about Junos. I'm talking about the people who are closer to him, whether by as a teammate or as a coach or anybody. They all have said what he is. The question has been always framed about what is he going to be doing, and everybody seems to think he's going to Liverpool. So do not get people to get you riled up. I know the longer it takes, the more antsy people will get. And is it happening? Is it happening? Is it happening? It's going to happen. At this point, it's just a matter of when. What a ManDem say? What a ManDem say? Let me stop talking too much. Here we go. Revna said, no, we already said that. What say? Harvey Elliott is expected to leave Liverpool this summer amidst interest from many Premier League clubs. I hope he does not stay in England. Harvey Elliott needs to understand you can't be too comfortable, brother. You have to go someplace else. Go a different route. Look what Sancho did. Right? Look what Jude did. His brother apparently is going to Dortmund. Why are you staying in England? Your game is stuck at a point where you need a different approach, and you're not gonna learn it in England. Yeah, you did very good with going to, where did he go? Is it Blackburn? That was good. But right now, you are he has 1 year, maybe two, to change his approach on how he plays. You can't play like Mo Salah. You're not Mo Salah anymore. I mean, you never is Mo Salah. Nobody can be Mo Salah. That whole Messi style of play, it ends with Mo Salah. You need to figure it out. And playing in England is just gonna not allow you to grow. You're gonna play the same style. Go to any team in England, you're gonna play the same style, unless you go to City, and then maybe Pep can show you a different style with Pep going there too. However, I hope he goes to Germany, and it doesn't have to be go for Liverpool with Leverkusen. Go to Dortmund, go to Red Bull Leipzig, wherever. Go learn a different style of play so that your game can grow, because he is stuck. His game is the same way. When you see Harvey Elliott play, you see he's going to protect the ball on his left side and trying to bring it on his left side, trying to curve it. It's the same style. If you have defenders who can defend better, the ball is not going anywhere. And we already know his defensive side of the game is lacking. And I really, really hope he listens to me and goes to Germany or goes to Spain. Wirtz saga, I'm ready for it to be done quick. Me too. It's been talked about way too long. And of course, the rival fans have sharpened their knife. They're waiting for it to collapse. We got another one of the rivals who their deal is about to collapse. We will talk about them too. I think Kirker's done by tomorrow or Thursday or Friday. Thursday, Wirtz by Monday. Okay. Apparently, Turkey and Slot made an agreement, so will be interesting to see if we make a move for him. I know City are about to make an offer, but who knows? Maybe we hijack. But see, this is the thing with Liverpool. We made, like you said, that was a true story, true news there, where we already made we hadn't agreed to meet Turkey before the Wirtz came in, right? I mean, the Wirtz was in the background, but there was no concrete that we were going to talk to him. But Liverpool, I think by January, already told Turkey, we will have a conversation with you to see where your head is, right? But right now, we already told him, hey, this is the guy we're focusing on right now. And then if things go through or not, we're still going to holler at you. Things are going through right now. So what do? We still holler at them. Now, this is the thing. This is my theory. I want you guys to listen. There's been this whole thing about Díaz leaving, right? What is also the option that he could be the one replacing Díaz? Let's just say Díaz were to leave, and we will talk about Díaz later. Let's just say Díaz were to leave. Do you guys see a possibility of Turkey being Díaz replacement? Because Turkey also can play the 9.5 position, right? Now, honestly showed us some publication from Italy who are also saying that, what's the name? Chiesa might be leaving. So could it be possible that we can bring Turkey and Wirtz in there? Because Wirtz can play number 9. Or Salah will move to the number 9. I know I'm being greedy here, but I know Turkey's favorite position is being right behind the striker, right? But he could also play on the left side. his defensive side of the game is not as strong as Díaz or Gakpo. So if Kirkers or Robo is on as a left back, will he be able to track back and forth like we usually do? We are accustomed to our left backs. Our left backs getting help from the wingers. The ultimate one was Mane, and no one has. Gakpo is doing that, right? He's getting close to how Mane always used to track in. Díaz also worked really, really hard. So, do you guys think? And I want you guys to put in the chat. Why do you guys think that Turkey could be also part of the deal, right? If we don't get another striker, Díaz is going to be playing the false now if we go 4-3-3, right? Even if we go 4-2-3-1 or whatever formation, Díaz will be the one. It's going to be Díaz, Jota. You never know. Dance could be in there. Salah could be throwing it depending on the game that we're playing. But is there a possibility you guys see Turkey also coming to Liverpool? That's the question. Is it Chris? Are you going to do a watch along for Germany versus Portugal? Scouting the Wizard Cookie versus no, I'll be at the office, so I won't be able to. I'll be watching it though, but I won't be able to. I think the game is today, right? I won't be able to do a watch along. Florian Wirtz is nearing a move to Premier League champion Liverpool. Any agreement for Wirtz could break the British record. Yep. Same news. But if Díaz does stay, then probably we won't go. Exactly. I agree for that. I agree that. Big up, Dustin. What going on, brethren? How you doing? Leverkusen want Nice out. They want Nico Paz as their Florian replacement. Will trigger their 8 million buyback clause and then demand at least 30 million from Bayern Leverkusen, as well as another buyback clause. Sheesh. Romano said that Kirker's deal is nearly done. Just one last meeting to wrap the deal. It's not as physical or fast as the Premier League. Yep. And that's the earlier thing that we're talking about, right? Yeah, so how do people know how much he's going to make? That one was, I don't know whether it's true or not. I know David O'Cup, I shout out to David O'Cup. I believe in a lot of time what he says comes out true. But 20 to 22, man, well, how did he know? That's the salary always pops up. I don't know why the salary always pops up. For me, when people put salary in players' contract negotiation, it sounds like, it sounds like, a stray, like they're trying to hit him with a stray. Oh, he's going to do this. So what's going to happen is Salah going to ask for more money. So I don't care what he's going to make. At the end of the day is I want him to be a Liverpool player. So other than that, I don't really care about how much somebody's making. Every player should make as much as they could possibly make. That's my thing. The only thing that I also counter with that is, please don't bankrupt my club by trying to make as much money. And Isla received permission to speak to him in March. The fee will be between 135 to 150. Yep, same news. I can see how we starting week in, week out for Mainz or Frankfurt. I think he'll do very well at Frankfurt too. Very well at Frankfurt. Big up to White LeBron. Good to see you again, man. Thank you so much for coming. Appreciate you, brother. Milos, maybe the Friday game. Oh, maybe after the Friday game. Maybe that's when he'll do the physical or, do the picture. But I think Kirkers, between today and tomorrow, we're going to be hearing about Mr. Kirkers. Record transfer deal. You sure? Manchester City and Ryan Cherky have reached an agreement on personal terms. Official bid from Man City to Olympic Lyon will be submitted the next hours. Oh, so they saw that Mahmoud and Islam pull up on Turkey. They were like, brother, send that money quick. He's gonna make if City get him, they're gonna pay him quite handsomely. I said, playbook. He said, I have no patience. Brother, you and I both, man. You and I both. City wanted Kirkers and they failed. They wanted Wirtz and they failed. So it will be funny if they take Turkey. If we take Turkey from him, man, that would be crazy. You know how madness, man? Liverpool right now, we moving in like the mob, man. You know, it's like, what's the name? Michael Edwards, Hughes, and Annie Slot are like, what's the movie? What's the movie? What movie? What kind of mobster movie they remind me of? Is it like no? Even though mobster movies usually don't end well, so I don't want us to think that it's not going to end well for us. But Tony Montana comes to mind when I see. It's like, hey, you want a job? Yeah, yes, Tony. All right, come see me. That's how we moving, man. That's how we moving. You want to play? Yes. Come see us. That's how we moving. Eli, playbook said, well, Wirtz plays on the left for Germany, essentially right-footed Salah. Does that make sense? So you saying that we can push Wirtz on the left side and put Kirkers in the middle and then Salah up top, right? But who's going to be on the right? I mean, I see where you're going with it. But the thing is, we do not want to. So what formation is it? 4-2-2-2-2? We do not want to have a formation where you are having Wirtz tracking back. That's crazy. He's not that type of player. Now, he will do that same thing up front. That's what makes him so special. Is he's a pressing demon. He put pressure on center backs and defensive midfielders because he will press. His defensive style is from the front, and that's something that we need, right? Because if you have somebody who can do that, like with Szoboszlai, then that means that team will have to hurry up and kick the ball in the air. And when the ball is in the air, it's basically 50-50, rather than having the team control the game, right? Especially when teams control from defense, they're touching the ball way too much. And for you to be able to get the ball back and take the momentum from them, you want your attackers to press. So is it going to be a 4-2-2 like how we played against City with the box midfield when we went to the Etihad? That maybe it could work, but you can't play in 4-3-3 and have him on the left. It's going to kill him. Wirtz needs to be up top or he needs to be behind the striker. But I see where you're going with it. It is a possibility. Hard days wait. He said hard days wait for Sobo. No, Sobo is fine. Yeah, Sobo, I don't even think Sobo wants to play number 10. If you see him on Hungary, he's always he's a second 10. He's on the left side. So I think number 8, we're going to be seeing him more playing as a number 8. So he and say McAllister will be swapping quite a bit. Or you're going to see Wirtz and Szoboszlai playing because we want to put that pressure on the team, right? Maybe at the beginning of the game, you have those two guys just working their socks off. And then the second half, you bring McAllister in, you bring Jones in, take control of the game, and then you keep the pressure. Question, how could, in the Netherlands and Belgium, when it comes to transfer, it's direct. They ask player, you leaving? Yes, my agent is getting the deal done. The reason why is because in the smaller markets, everyone automatically understand that the clubs don't have money, right? On the bigger market, if Liverpool is coming, Liverpool got money. So you want to maximize the most as possible. Now, if the player has a release clause or a guaranteed transfer fee, that's what makes it easy for clubs like Liverpool, Madrid, and those big market clubs to pay, right? But even in Italy, players move around between clubs and it's very cheap. So I don't know, England, they make it impossible for you to get because everybody assumed that we are all rivals. And everybody knows that everybody got money in England. It's funny that I was talking about that in Italy. If a player wants to go from Inter to AC, the fee is usually manageable. Can you imagine a player leaving City to come to Liverpool, or is the player leaving Everton? No, those type of things. That's why they call it the EPL tax. It's very, very, very expensive for no reason. Oh, Jaws. This guy said Jaws. Can you imagine us? We move around like Jaws, like do do. You know, we coming. As soon as you hear the sound. Hey, get up, let's go. I like that, Rich. That's true, man. Liverpool do walk around like Edwards walking around like Jaws. Like everywhere he goes, you see the fate coming. Hey, brother, you better get up and keep on moving. Oh shoot! Big up to ManDem in the building. Please hit the like button, man. Hit the like button as we are here. Let's get to 50 likes. Let's get to 50 likes. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscription. And we got football royalty in the building. Anfield Irishman is in the house. 22 million a year is 460 a week. See, that's why I'm saying I don't believe that. That's why I'm saying that I don't believe that. There was also a news that said that he is gonna probably make lesser than what he's making at Leverkusen, which I don't think is true. But just for people to say that, oh, he's coming for football reason, not money reason. 460 a week. Nobody makes that. Virgil and Salah. Do you think that's what I'm saying? When you start putting salary on, oh, he's gonna make this, is to me, it sounds like it's a sly dig or somebody trying to start a conversation. Oh, then is it gonna unsettle the dressing room? Everybody's gonna be knocking at the football director's door or the manager's door talking about I want more money. I mean, that's how I feel when people start talking about wages, when they start bringing people's wages in there. 406. I think the most he's gonna get is the two. He will be around the 250 range. That's what I feel. 2 people dead, 192 injured after PSG. Oh man, these. I have some friends, people in Paris, and they're saying it's crazy, man. This is football. Enjoy. Why do people always think that we got to go crazy beyond? It never gets. Ah, man, prayers to all affected, man. Prayers to all affected. This is madness. Madness, man. The final ending of being the powder keg that explode. Oh, man, this is crazy. That makes no sense, man. Thank you so much, man. Come on. Are you serious, people? Are we serious right now? Only 2? I always have 2 people who push the time on, who always put a dislike. So basically, I'm going to have 0%. What are we doing? Come on. I'm going to pause. People hit the likes up. And I know some of you guys are in on X, watching us from X. Come on. You could come in and hit the like back and then go back into X, right? Or even hit the likes on the X. Hit the like on X. Come on, people. Let's get the likes up. Come on. Are you serious right now? All the hard work that I'm doing right now. Yeah. You meant how come? That's what I was saying. The players, the small market, everybody understand that, hey, we ain't got that kind of cash. So everybody knows that this person, but when a big player comes in, everybody's trying to get as much money as they could possibly get. I know I'm Hungarian. Dom plays a lot in the left wing, but he is in a free role in Hungary and never run like in Liverpool because we got a destroyer DM. And that's why a lot of Liverpool fans have been crying that we should get a destroyer who can support Gravenberch. Now, if you get a DM and we play 4-2-3-1, there's only one player who could play. McAllister has to play with the destroyer, or Gravenberg have to play with the destroyer, or Szoboszlai, because what's name is going to be up top, number 10. So I want a DM, and this, I'm telling you, man, I want to see the headache that the manager will have, what kind of formation he's going to go with, because Szoboszlai, McAllister, Wirtz, and Gravenberg, all four, how are you going to fit all of them in? I don't think you will. You will play based on you have to play like how Pep Guardiola did it, where you have depth, everybody still get a game time. If you are fit and you're playing well, you will get game time. And that's how we can stretch our team for the long season. But you can't put all of them in one game. Otherwise, we're not going to have a left winger, we're not going to have a striker. You're playing false nine, you're playing all this formation that eventually you get found out real quick. So that's a very good point. That's a very good point. Thank you, White LeBron. Thank you for that information. Wirtz and Dom will pressure teams into coming out of the second half. I agree. If you go from Inter to AC, just moving lock. That's facts. That's facts. Ali's in the house. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. Oh, Brian Buemo is hoping for a wage increase to 250. Yeah, brother. I don't know if he's going to get that, but he's going to make quite a bit more money than the 46K that he is on a weekly basis. I think they'll probably double it, or maybe 120. But 250, yo? Man, you ain't got that kind of cash. I've been like Quincy, don't worry about me. It's 7 likes. Oh, come on. There's 90 people in the building, man. Come on. Y'all can do better than that. Y'all can do better than that. Get the likes up. Come on. See? What's going on here, man? Quincy, what do you expect from Mamardashvili next season? He needs to start learning. I'm expecting him to learn from the best. He will have the best coaches, and he's going to have the best goalkeeper on the planet to learn from. He needs to taper his expectation. And I think when he comes in, it's going to be a big revelation where he will realize, like, wow. No, I like his determination, though. He really, really wants to play. He really wants to be the Don Dada. But, brother, you got to crawl first. Right? And this is what's going to happen. You always want to be the best player until you walk into the locker room and you realize, oh my God, there's some ballers in here, right? Where he's at right now, he gets a lot of shot on target on him. You come into a team where 95% of the time, there's no pressure on you. There's maybe 1 or 2, and those 1 or 2 are goal threats. What are you going to do? You are cold most of the time, most of the game. Right? You are cold most of the game. What are you going to do? You're going to be, there won't be any pressure on you. You're going to be just sitting there because Liverpool has the ball majority of the time. That's something that he hasn't faced yet. Even when he plays for Georgia, they are mostly on a defensive structure, right? So how is he going to react? How is he going to react when he's coming to a team where he barely touches a ball in the 90 minutes and a shot is going to come from nowhere? Is he still going to keep, being at Liverpool is not nothing to do with his skill. Yeah, his skill is going to get him to Liverpool. But your brain, how does he not lose focus while you're in the game? You play in a team like, let's say, Brentford. We have majority of the ball. But you know how the Brentford, out of nowhere, they'll hit you with a counter attack. Are you going to be ready? That's the difference. It's the difference. You see, it's easier when you are sitting there and you're getting hit with shots. You do your goalkeeper stuff. You are warm. You are prepared. This one, you're not going to be prepared. Out of nowhere, it's going to be, whoa, go. And you wonder what just happened. Is he ready for that? I don't think he is. A lot of people, last time we had a show, a lot of people said his distribution needs to be worked on. I believe he has a pretty good foot, so he's good on that. But he still have to work on how to move around. One thing that I think he needs to also work on is his positioning. Yes, he's a very, very good shot stopper, very athletic. However, how is his positioning? Because it shouldn't be that hard. Like I said, you're not going to be having shots on goal, so you out here doing the camera stuff. No, that's why working on his positioning is going to be perfect, because the shot will come from nowhere. He said, bring me Wharton. Jim French, Liverpool analysis for 13 joins Pep Guardiola's team at Man City. Pep Linders had agreed personal terms. An official is expected. Damn, man, they're trying to steal all our people, man. Wharton, the real one. But he's good. I like Wharton, but injuries, man. He reminds me of Arsenal player. Wharton, Maka, Wirtz. Oh, that's saucy. That's a lot of ball control with those three players. That is a lot of ball control. Forget destroyers in 2025. We are not playing like that anymore. That's true too. Let's be honest. That's very true. Liverpool, you need a destroyer when you do not control the match. And it's nothing wrong in controlling the match. But we are always on the ascendancy. So why do we need a destroyer? That's a waste of position, right? That's why Endo don't play as much, because we have the ball most of the time. But what we need is a closer, which is what Endo does. That's what we need. I agree, forget the destroyers. Who's the closer? The guy who's going to come in and protect the back four. That is who. Okay, that's the question. Right now, who's the best closer that is in the league or elsewhere? Because that's what we need. India Scouser is in the building. Wagwan, good to see you. Good to see you. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Come on, man. Subscribe if you haven't. Yeah. Who's the closer? Endo has been closing, and he's done it very well. I believe most games that we played during the competitive side of the season, we didn't lose or draw points when Endo came off the bench to close the game. That's what we need. Yes, I would love to have Baliba because of his athleticism and the pressure he's going to put on midfielders when he's running through them like Yaya Toure used to do. That's why I want him there. But he needs to learn how to be disciplined. And that's something that Endo has. That comes with experience, right? So who is out there that we need that can, I know people say Bastoni. Maybe. He said, man, you don't learn from their mistake. He needs to make the right decision every time. Yeah, that's true. I looked at his stats, and he needs to work on his playing with his feet and his position, as you said, but you should see his boss commanding levels higher than, yeah, he is a dominant presence. He is dominant. When he's there, man, that guy is 6 foot something. He will be corner kicks. Set pieces, he will be in charge. But like I said, his positioning needs to be worked on, and then his ball distribution, whether with feet or his hands, that, and especially with a team like Liverpool that plays from the back, he will need to be doing that. He's an 80% cross collection compared to 20 for Ali and Kels. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to set pieces, he will command that box. It's not going to be easy for teams, and he is strong. You're not going to box him in, right? You're not going to box him in. He's a good long ball passing as well from his stats. Okay. Ironically, the best closer is probably Endo. I rest my case. I rest my case. That's why I'm looking at Liverpool. I've been saying this. Liverpool will wait till Bachete comes to preseason and they will make a decision after that. Is he going to be able to do what Endo does? Can he even put pressure on Gravenberg? The thing is, Gravenberg, when he has control of the ball, right now I don't see anybody in the Premier League who can do that. Gravenberg can play center back. So bringing in another midfielder, you would need somebody like Endo. And that type of position, you need an experienced player. Big up yourself, Quebec. German versus Portugal will be interested today. Man, they're going to exceed the most views ever in a friendly, or is it a Nations Cup or is it an international friendly? Martin Zubimendi says that he is closing the door on staying with Real Sociedad next season. It's going to be a different summer, long, and I don't know how it will end. He will end at Madrid. This player here, let's move on from Liverpool a little bit. This player here can never make up his mind on nothing. We were told that he's going to Arsenal, right? I mean, Fabrizio said the deal is almost done. It's just sign here, dot here, and then we keep on moving. And then, I don't know whether it's true or not. I haven't seen anything refuting that. And then he makes a comment about, oh, if Alonso comes for him, you know, I've always said Alonso is my idol. Brother, this boy cannot make up. I guarantee you he comes to Arsenal and somebody winked at him. He's leaving. What? That does not make sense. This guy can't make up his mind. I don't think he's going anywhere. If he goes, he's probably going to go to Madrid. I don't think this brother is going anywhere. He's probably one of those players who are always homesick. So I don't think he's going anywhere. Hit the like button, people. We are at 100 people. Hit the like button. Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think he's going anywhere. He's going to be there for a very, very, very long time. Make up your mind, player. He talks too much too. Stop talking. Like, yeah, this is what I was talking about. Madrid appointment of Alonso, who coached Zubimendi in Real Sociedad B team, has sparked speculation in Spain that Los Blancos yet turned the player. And they lost Modric, so they haven't found any player to replace him. A lot of people think that would be McAllister, but McAllister is not going anywhere anytime soon. I don't think thinking about the right now is my priority. I'm here with the It's already quite demanding, and bro, just be quiet. Say my agent is doing all that. Last week, Zubimendi posted a picture on his social media profile from a beach in San Sebastian, and report in Spain that he was currently completing his Arsenal medical. Yeah, we were told he's going to Arsenal. What happened? Those Basque Mountain have him by the brother. Whatever is in Basque, man, those players do not. Look at Nico Williams. We're hearing that Nico Williams might not even want to come, wants to stay. Rumors are he wants to stay at the Athletic. Yeah, man, players like that. What is in that Basque region? I need to go. I need to take a trip over there and see Wagwan. Why people go there and they don't want to leave? Is it the water? Is it the ManDems? What is it? Is it the food? I mean, it's very honorable to be loyal to your soil. Ooh, that's a bar. But come on. You can't be like, if you want to be like Alonso, you got to get out. Alonso went to Liverpool, Bayern, and came back to Madrid. Zubimendi is just, he wants Madrid. He said, I never had a medical. I was chilling on the beach. Can't trust a word Zubi said. Facts. Facts. Crazy, I think the Basque region is like on those spooky TV series where they get stuck there and they can't leave. It's like, what was it? Is it Percy Jackson? When they walk into the casino and they couldn't get out, you know, they're enjoying, they're stuck in the time warp, and They think like, oh, we've been here just a couple hours, but it's been like 5 years. This guy, by the time he realized anything, his football career will be over. I promise you. He will. It's crazy, man. Brother, make up your mind. Go somewhere or just be quiet. Do what all footballers do. Blame it on your agent. Let your agent do the work. You are talking too much. Man, that's crazy. I don't want to talk. Oh, man. Big up to y'all in the building. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's get back to Liverpool again. So, Kickers, this was something that Mr. Fabricio brought up earlier today, a few hours. This is Liverpool are prepared to seal Kirker's deal with one more round of talks to get it over the line. Bournemouth and Liverpool are finalizing the agreement after personal terms in place last week. Here we go soon. Fab's bomber. Ooh. So this brother here, he has also made up his mind from day one. He wants to go to Liverpool. He doesn't want to go anywhere else. And earlier, as honestly said, City tried, but he doesn't want to go there. He wants to stay. He wants to come to Liverpool and play with his brethren, Szoboszlai. So for me, I think this deal you hear something later today or early tomorrow. This deal has always been done. It was just Liverpool trying to agree on the amount. You know, Bournemouth wanted something close to 50. Liverpool wanted to be around closer to 38, right? So right now the agreement is going to be probably it's going to be a 40 plus add-ons, which will bring it to the 45 range, right? Or it's probably going to be 35 plus add-ons that will bring it to the 45 range. So this deal is getting very, very close. And big up to Baz for saying that things might move along on Wednesday. And today is Wednesday, and we get more news for especially at least for Kickers, right? So I think this one he's always made it clear. I mean, if you were to believe, some people are even saying that he's having his medical right now, right? And I believe they have a game today or tomorrow. So we will see. We will see. That's another good player that, a lot of Liverpool fans been wanting, and it's going to happen. Honestly said, Arteta got a problem with Zubimendi, goes to Madrid. Partey leaves, Jorginho already left, and they also need a striker. I mean, Partey has 1 year left or his contract is over. They're negotiating for a new contract. I don't know if he's going to stay, but the way things are going, it's very, very 50-50. If they lose Partey and they already lost Jorginho, they are in trouble. Yeah, you could bring in Zubimendi, but Zubimendi is coming in as a new player. Partey is seasoned. Kirkers will lock down the left for you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's young. He has energy for days. Liverpool are looking to finalize a deal for Kirkers with Bournemouth asking 45 for the left back. There we go. So this deal, I think, is done this week. I think this week we will hear something. I think we don't need to worry about. It's not going to drag long. The thing is, Liverpool are doing multiple deals at once. That's the thing. We are all over the place, right? We are all over the place. We try to get all these deals done before they come back for preseason. It's already June. And I believe the PSR transfer window starts, this week or next week, right? And then the official transfer window starts July 1. And people, next month is July. And guess when they're coming back for preseason? Next month. I think they are oh man, this is the best time for them because they all get a long break, which they haven't gotten in a long time. Some of them already vacation. They're gonna get more than 6 weeks. Some of them will just get 4 weeks. So they will be well rested before preseason. We are getting into the World Cup season. That means a lot of competitive games, especially when the season starts. International break will not be, oh, it's just a friendly. It's just a friend. No, every international break right now is going to be a very, very competitive match because of the World Cup. So players are going to be on their P's and Q's because everybody wants to go to the World Cup, right? Some countries already qualified, some haven't. And the ones that will go down to the wire is going to be extremely competitive. So, this season, as soon as these players come back from preseason, it's going to be straight business. So them getting a lot of rest is very, very important. But this is the reason why Liverpool started doing their business early. The season was not even over, and we have a whole month of transfer window talks before the season even ended. As soon as we won the league, we've been on a bench on Wirtz, Frimpong, Keckers, right? I mean, just like Ali said, he's been partying for 4 weeks straight. That's basically what Liverpool's been doing, just 4 weeks straight. We've been talking about transfer, who's coming in. And the crazy thing is, all the players that we've been talking about are coming in. They are bringing a lot of quality to Liverpool. So, yeah, man, we will see. At the end of towards this month is going to be high rev. Next month is going to be high rev. And Manchester United also doing the same thing. Look at what they did. They got Cunha. And then, what's the name? Mbuemo might be going there. That's how you start early. That's intent. And they copying everything that Liverpool's doing. That's okay because everybody does. All right. So, yeah, man, I think this deal is getting done this week. Yes. So, what's going on? Any questions? What am ManDem saying out there? Let's see what people are saying. Let's talk about Díaz. There was some, conversation about Díaz might stay at Liverpool. Maybe Liverpool give him a new contract. Liverpool are not really trying to shop him around. If he stays, he stays. If a great opportunity comes in terms of big money move comes to Liverpool look at it and accordingly make a decision. But they are not pressed. And this is the new Liverpool that it's kind of weird that we don't really care about the money. You guys realize that Liverpool since last year, since Edwards came in and Arne Slot came in and Hughes came in, Liverpool do not care about the money. Because why am I saying that? Kelleher last season, Chelsea came in with 40 million and we turned it down. We didn't tell them, oh, we will bring 45, bring 50. We just said, no, we got a mission this year. We need him to stay. And then we sold him to Brentford for 18, 12 million plus add-ons. Same thing with Trent. In January, Madrid came in with what? Close to 40 million and we turned it down. Knowing that it was very risky that he was not going to resign. And then we get 10 million off him. So that tells me that, Díaz, same thing with Díaz. We could have probably sold him in January, but we knew Díaz is a very important player. He is part of the reason why we won the league. So it seems to me that Liverpool really care about we've always said it's always the business. Liverpool very good in business. This is not a wise business move. If you are keeping your players longer and you will make less money, right? This is just common sense. So it tells me like Liverpool wants, They need the players more than saying we need the money. Does that make sense? I mean, Nunes have 2 years. If the season starts and he doesn't go, you're not gonna get 85. You probably the most you get is between 25 to 35 because he's gonna be 29 going to 30. So what's going on here? Do we got a bag? I mean, we always knew we have money. We always knew we have money. But right now, Liverpool are not flustered with contract as we the fans were. Right? We the fans were like, nah, let him out. Either sign a new contract or let him out. Like Konate right now. Konate is probably the most valuable player we have, right? In terms of his age and as good as he is. If he doesn't sign a new contract, he's going in 2 years. So is Liverpool saying we need the player more than the money? Because where are you going to find another player like Konate? Somebody who's already ready to go, embedded into the team. He works very well with Virgil. Where are you going to find another one? You bring another one, it's a risky move. So you weigh the two risks. The skill of the player versus the money you could possibly make. That's something that this is the new Liverpool that I don't know where it came from. Don't forget about Nunes. He said Nunes form did because he was pissed LFC turned down his Saudi in January. That's a good question. I know that his work ethic changed somewhere around that time to the point where even the manager had to say something about it. Right? The manager was like, I'll be fine with Nunes missing goals, but one thing that I won't be fine is Nunes not playing hard as he usually does. And he never recovers. To me, I think he was told that, bro, starting next year, you are not part of the plan. And after that, he just gave up. So I think he's definitely leaving. The question is, where is he going? Who's going to bring us the most money? Because we still got to pay Benfica, what, 77? Or was it Arne Slot realizing that, hey, I don't want us to pay 85 for this guy, so I'm going to keep him on the bench as long as possible. Nunes wanted to leave in January, but the club kept him. Apparently, we did not have enough time to get replacement. You were not going to get anybody in January. You see how hard it is to even get a striker in the summer? In January, you were not. Mamouche was one of the few, and City did that business quick. Nunes has to go this summer to get more money. I heard we were planning to use the money we got for Nunes or Osimhen, but there was not enough time, so we canceled the deal. I don't think that Osimhen was on loan. And he's in Turkey, and they were about to win the league. I would doubt that they would have sold him. They were not going to break the loan, and I don't even think Napoli was going to allow that. He said, what form? He said, what form? Nunes, he's a character, and this season he has played well. I mean, his work ethics were good. It's just the goals never came in. It's like, bro, we kept you 2 years or 3 years and nothing ever changed. He had a strong character, though. He never gave up. He kept going. But I think in January, Arne Slot was like, yeah, brother, I think you and your agent should find another team. It's not going to work. And I know a lot of people are comparing Boniface to Nunes with the emergence of Wirtz, because Boniface also is And that's the same thing I kind of think about Osimhen too. I mean, I've seen them play for Nigeria. When they don't have good quality players around them, they don't exist. And in Liverpool, yes, they will have quality players against them. But this season, Liverpool, or upcoming years now, Liverpool do not have time to babysit a player. We do not have time to babysit anybody. It's ready to go. Do your job at the highest level. That's why I'm screaming for Isak. Bond that, oh, he's injured all the time. No, Isak is going to give you 10 games and then get tired. And the body will just get fatigued. Well, guess what? Jota will be ready. That's why I want Isak. Isak goal ratio is bananas. It rivals Haaland's. It rivals everybody. We create more chances than anybody. He will be in front of the goal every single time. He will not have to do all the doggy work that people think that we are used to. The reason why we have a doggy striker is because he has to find his place. He's not scoring goals, so he has to work hard. But when you have an Isak on the team, we're not going to play the same way. The tactics will change. That's the thing. The tactics will change. If you have a player like Isak, he's already a threat. Why will you be working them, having them track all the way back? That's why people are moving away from that style of play. You know, they're attacking and false nine. No. You have a number 10. If you have a number 10, you don't need a false nine. A number 10 like Wirtz, why do you need a false nine? All you need to do is, hey, brother, number 9, you sit up front. When I get the ball, be ready. Learn how to the channels. I'm just saying. He said if Al Hilal or either clubs are in for Nunes, then Liverpool. Oh, yeah, Liverpool sell. Liverpool, I would say between 65 to 80, they'll let him go. Quick. No, the character, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The character, it's for a hard worker, but if he was scoring goals, he'll be the best striker in the world right now. He's rubbish. I just thought about it. If Klopp was not a great manager and did not win trophies, pressure could have been on him for new. Yeah, that's true. The thing was, this is what I don't get, man. He had because Isak and Nunes came to the EPL the same season. I was screaming at the top of my lungs, please get Isak. Please get Isak. And the thing was, whatever is happening to Gyökeres right now, the same thing was happening to Isak. People, for some reason, this big club did not believe that Isak was that dude. Of course, there was stories of his injuries and missing games. But when he plays, he scores. And then Newcastle went in there and paid. Now they got to double the money that they paid. That's one of the worst. I'm not even going to say. Club, whatever he did, that's one of the worst ones he did. Isak was right there. And I believe if Edwards was there, we would have gotten Isak. And I know some of you guys want Alvarez. Brother, Alvarez is good, but the style of what Alvarez play is not what Liverpool needs. Some people are trying so hard to make it. We are not going to be playing 4-3-3 the way Klopp used to play or Pep used to play. That football is done because defenders and teams have figured a way how to deal with that kind of style of play. You need a target person, especially when you know teams are going to be sitting back. Pep was ahead of his time when he brought in Haaland because he knew eventually teams would just all sit back and try to make it muddy as possible. You could have the ball 90% of the time. Those teams are going to be like, okay, break us down. So he brought in a player who was an outlier. It doesn't matter whether you sit back or whatever. All he needs is just one chance and he's scoring goals. This is where Liverpool needs to be because next season teams are not going to be making it easy on us in lame terms. It's going to be very, very competitive. So getting Wirtz was a genius stroke, because then now teams will have to figure another way to play against us. We cannot play the same way we played last year. We need a striker who put balls into the back of the net. Alvarez is not. Alvarez is a hard worker. He will work your socks off. But if you have Wirtz, you don't need Alvarez. You need an Isak. Look what Wirtz did for Boniface. The year that they won the league, he was scoring goals left and right because Wirtz was just finding him, putting the ball in places where all he has to do was run to the ball and he scores a goal. We do not need Alvarez. We need Isak. Those style of play of the false 9, false 9.5, false whatever is getting old. It's getting old. He said, we got some fans babysitting rubbish players. Well, you know, player FCs, man. Player FCs. We might have been treating Klopp or talking about like Arsenal fans talking about Teta. I mean, Klopp realized it and then he left. You got to give him on that. Some managers would have kept on staying and say, oh, I could do it. I can do it. Kwesi, what your take on Osimhen? How come no clubs are scooping him up? 1 year ago, he was a setting word. What's your insight? Even last year, nobody wanted him. The only club that wanted him was Chelsea. The thing with Osimhen is he is not as clinical as people think he is. He's a bulldozer, right? If you have big center backs, he will he's a bully. So in terms of his running, that's the problem. He does not run into space. He runs into the defenders, right? He goes for he wants that confrontation. You know, if big defenders come against him, he will love it because that's what he likes. The difference between him and Haaland is Haaland's run into space. And you have KDB and Silva right behind you, they will find you. He is not, and he's not as clinical as Haaland. I'm sorry. You see, for all these super players, right? All these super players, you have to also watch him when they go to their country. Osimhen playing for Nigeria, he had a chance to send Nigeria to World Cup and he failed. All he needed is one goal. He and Boniface. And remember, Nigeria has at least 4 solid strikers. And they all failed. After that, I'm like, okay, he's good for his club, but he can't do well for his country. And you come into a team like Liverpool where you're gonna touch the ball a lot, and we need you to be in spaces. He's not that dude. And transition, yes, because he got speed, he got strength, so he will. But like I said, we are not going to be on transition that many times. The team is just going to sit back. We're going to hold the ball most of the time. Now, if we're playing against teams that will open up, oh yeah, then Osimhen for sure. But that's not how it's going to happen. That's why you need a player who's slick, who is fast flair. And that's Isak. It's not Alvarez. I'm sorry. Alvarez is good. Yeah, he's doing well. But Alvarez also plays in a team that does not control the game. Remember when he was at City, a lot of people were complaining he doesn't score enough goals. He plays well. He creates. I think one thing that I respect about Alvarez is he's a hard worker and he can assist. He can find those little passes where nobody can see. Right? The difference between him and Laturo is that Laturo knows how to score. But Alvarez will put in the work. He is a hard worker. But in terms of goals, he does not score that many goals. Atletico, January, that's when we started seeing him scoring those goals against Madrid and Barca. And then everybody's like, oh, Alvarez. But when he was at Liverpool, too many Liverpool fans were talking about Alvarez. Yes, Liverpool tried to get him. But that was under Klopp. And club life, those type of players, right? Those fall something. I'm just saying, man, we have to be real. He said, I did not win trophies. Yeah. Some transfers just don't work out. A lot of LFC fans can accept that Nunes is not. Exactly. The idea is we always think that, oh, just give him one more. Just give him one more. It's going to work. I can see it. It's coming. Bro, it's not coming. If we want to dominate, we have to have the players ready to go. Put the players in the positions where they will win. And that's why we have a manager who did that for Gravenberch, and look what happened. We have a new manager, and the same problems persist with Nunes. I'm sorry. The club wanted Isak, club wanted Nunes. Typical. I'm just leaving it at that. Big up yourself, Christian. Good to see you. Please, people, hit the like button. We got about 120 of you guys in here from X and YouTube. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. He said, we'll be interested to see who replaces Nunes with. That's a very good statement, man. Good statement. It's just a virtue signal. Yeah, that's true. Big up Baz is in the building. Isn't the way forward bring Isak standard? Yep. With the Isak thing, he also needs to realize that, bro, unless your long-term plan is to go to Bayern, this is the year you got to go. You have done everything for Newcastle. You're bringing them trophy. You're taking them to Champions League twice. No one has done that. No player in the modern term have done that for, and yes, we have to big up Eddie Howe. But brother, it's time for you to go to the biggest stage of them all. Newcastle is not there yet. They got money. They're building something in the future. They're going to be a force to reckon with. But right now, brother, you need to move on. And I believe it's up to Isak. If Isak says, I want to leave, Newcastle will come up with a price. Osimhen for Nigeria is diabolical. Thank you, Ro Selassie. Good to see you, my brother. Thank you for coming through. Exactly my point. But Isak is like Osimhen, though. No, Isak is not like Osimhen. The good thing about Isak is he can play across the front three. He can drop deep. Isak can control the ball much, much better than Osimhen. The spaces that Isak finds rivals Haaland's. And if Wirtz is behind, oh my God. Do you know, people don't understand. When Isak is in the game, the defenders are already worried. They don't even know. Look what he did to the Arsenal team. Those supposed to be the two best center backs in the league. Look what he did to them. Look what he did to us with Virgil and Konate. Haaland couldn't do that. I'm just saying. People, you guys don't understand. Can you imagine how Isak played this year? And now you're going to add a player like Wirtz behind him. While you are paying attention to Isak, Wirtz is just brother. People, I know I'm a dreamer, but I'm just saying, put your tactical lens on for just a little bit and see what happens. It will not matter what a team does. If Liverpool have control of the ball and you have Wirtz and Isak in the team, you could sit back all you want. Chances are going to be created. And the fact that we have players who could put the ball away, and Salah is going to be in the game too. Oh my God. People, I'm just saying, think about this. Alvarez is not the dude. It's Isak. We are going to create a boatload of goals, and you need a striker who's going to be in the box all the time. Isak is not going to do all the hard work, all the running that he's been doing in Newcastle. At Liverpool, that stops. With a striker like him, they will tell him, you stay up front, we will do everything else. So Isak plays better in a team that suits a counter-attack team. That's not true. That's not true because Newcastle does not play counter-attack. They come at you. People, they've beaten us so many times. Look what they did to Arsenal. And if we're talking about counter-attack team, apparently, I don't know the stats. Maybe you guys can check. The best transition team in the league, in the Europe, was what? I'll leave it at that, Christian. Mateta is hey, if Isak is gonna come next year, Mateta is not a bad shot. Now, Mateta is closer than Isak than Osimhen is closer than okay, let me say it right. Mateta is a closer player to Isak than Osimhen is. And Mateta, if he gets a coach who can coach him properly, he will be better than Osimhen. I said it. Don't let the team that he's playing for fool you. He needs somebody to literally coach him. Now, the problem is if he goes to a big club, he might not have enough game time to learn that trade. That's why we know in Newcastle he starts most of the time. So I'm saying an African nation will cost us. So forget that Salah and him on duty will hit us. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Christian, they were not for 60 million. Brighton are having a laugh. Mateta is a good shout. No, I agree. If our goal is say, okay, we can't get the striker we want this year, but we need an alternate, I would take Mateta all day, every day over Osimhen. I don't care what people say. I would take Mateta all day. It will be cheaper than anybody else. And he doesn't get injured unless it's a contact injury, right? He knows how to run into those spaces. He can also move across the front three. He's comfortable on the right or the left and through the middle. I'm just saying, Osimhen, yes, he bangs in a lot of goals. He bangs in a lot of goals. But, bro, this is the EPL. He will be dealing with physical strikers. And when you are dealing with physical strikers, the physical center backs, sometimes you're making their job easy. You can't run through a brick wall. You have to have flair. That's why Haaland is so dangerous. Everybody thought that he was just this big muscle. Now, look at Haaland's runs. He doesn't stay just through the middle. He goes left, right. He finds a pocket, and because of his strength, by the time the center backs decide what they're going to do, it's too late. If you let Haaland turn, you are in trouble. Now, one good thing about Osimhen is he's very good with his back facing the goalkeeper. He will turn you because of his physical strength. That one, he's probably the best that I've seen right now. But you need a player who is slippery like Isak. He said, preach on Isak. See, applause. Thank you. People just throw these names. They can't even explain as well as you did. Why will you get a particular striker as per their skill set? I believe Alvarez, when Alvarez was at City, no people said did not give him that kind of love that he's getting now. Why? That's what I want to know. Out of the blue, and it just came out. Alvarez. And then they were like, oh, Liverpool was trying to get him by Díaz. If Alvarez was that dude, Liverpool would have made that trade. If Alvarez was that dude, Liverpool would have been like, you know what? And that's when Díaz was coming off that 2 injuries that he got on his knee, which basically limited him on his lateral movements, right? Díaz needs his lateral movements. The knee slowed him down. That 2 knee surgeries that he did slowed him down. And at the time, he was still working his way out of there. If Alvarez was that dude, Liverpool would be like, yeah, let's look at the risk factor. Díaz is not up to speed right now. Remember, that was the time that a lot of you guys said, well, let's kick Díaz out and go get Gordon. Don't forget that. So don't just tell me, oh, no, I didn't want Díaz to go in. No. A lot of you guys said, let's go get Gordon. That's what the time that City wanted to make that trade. But Liverpool said no. Why? If you wanted this particular player and he's younger and he has a ceiling and you still said no because you didn't want the guy who's coming off a 2 knee injuries to go. I'm just saying, people, you need to ask questions. Don't just like Jimmy was saying, people just like to throw names out there just to for the sake of throwing names. I call those players hype. These nonsense of some of our fans supporting a player by not criticizing him when he performs rubbish on a consistent level is what makes me sick. You and I both, brother. You and I both. Mateta. Hey. Baz, big up. He said, Yoni Wissa. I might even take Wissa for a short term. I might take Wissa. As a matter of fact, if Man U wants to start winning, they will get him too. They will get him too. I will get Wissa. Wissa is a hard-working striker. Or should I say forward? If Liverpool just want to wait till next year to get Isak or Alvarez or whatever, because Alvarez getting him this year is going to be crazy. Same with Isak, right? But hey, I'm just saying, Mark, hey, that's a shout, man. I'll smoke a bag of that. If there's no good strikers available, just go get Lewandowski while development. I would do that deal too. Because players like him is the education he's going to insist on players like Dons. And let's say you bring him and another player. That education, that is that, but it is a luxury signing, right? It will be a luxury signing. Marquet, age is the issue. FSG don't buy forwards. We start breaking the scale of Michael Edwards' database. He has played very well this season, though. Them too. Osimhen confirmed a week or so ago that he is not going to Saudi, and the Premier League is his preference. Chelsea won't pay his wages. Yep. United don't have the money. That's simple. Big up. Hey, I think we might be waiting until next summer to get a top striker. The market is poor, and we can't get a second or third choice, in my opinion. I'd rather wait, and next year, Isak might be available. I don't know. I mean, it seems like that's where it's going to be. I think maybe they will probably spend the money on a center back or 2 center backs or top of the notch midfielder and then wait next year. But while we are waiting, you are not going to keep Nunes. You want him out, right? I'm saying Mateta, Wissa, get those hardworking players to come in and at least cause trouble. There are players that play better for their club compared to their country. Nunes, when he plays for Uruguay, he looks like No, that's true. But players like Osimhen, you don't have that option to say, I will play well for my club. I can play for my country. No. The money that people are talking about on players like that, I mean, I will even say it. Messi at one point wasn't playing well for Argentina. And he was the best player in the world at the time. That is common. But still, Messi will do Messi things. I'm just saying, Osimhen is not that dude. News broke that we almost signed Osimhen in January. The deal fell through because payment Napoli owed to him. Napoli didn't want him to leave at that time. But the story was more Chelsea. And I think Chelsea didn't want to do it anymore. They were tired. Mateta has no weakness in his game. 30 league goals in 2 seasons for a pragmatic play side. Good in the air, link up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Against Australia and Peru, yeah. Irishman want Nunes out, man. Isak will be ours if we don't get a striker in this season when Castle ends in Champions League next year or even. That's what I'm saying. Isak, Kudus. Them two are the players that has to make a decision. It's good to be where you are, but there's levels to this thing, man. Newcastle are not possession-based team. True. But they still possess the ball very, very well. They control the game very, very well. But yes, their strength is hitting people on the transition. I still haven't given up hope on Alvarez joining us later in the summer or even Isak. Me too. Wisa is better than Mateta. I think he's more experienced than Mateta. Castle after Pedro, so you never know. True, you never know. That's true, man. I like Mateta, not gonna lie. Sesko is the only project player that is worth risking. He better than Delep and Jokeres. I can smoke a bag of that. I agree. Us is Chelsea fan anyway. He wants to move to Chelsea. They got Delep. And I don't think Jackson is leaving. Thoughts on Retigi impressive season for Atlanta? Why is it that Atlanta has been doing pretty well in the last 2 years or so, but yet nobody goes for their players though? I mean, Edison is about to go to Saudi Arabia, and that's a player that Liverpool fans been going hard on. Pause. United can afford it. They broke. Even Nigeria don't rate Osimhen. We know how they always overrate their players. Brother, they're not ready for this conversation. We should have bought Isak and Patrick Schick when both of them broke through at Euro. Schick has done well and won the league at the Leverkusen. We should nab him back. I mean, I don't think Leverkusen want all their squad to come to Liverpool. I mean, that's why they're making this deal so complicated for us. But yeah, Isak for sure. We should have gotten him. I don't know that. Oh man, Klopp, man. When I see you, Rami Jokeres killer in front of a goal. We saw 19 on penalty. That's crazy. Crazy. Don't disrespect me. When Alvarez joined City, I was like, they got a proper ball already clean up in South America and World Cup. I was like, Alvarez is him. He cooked at the World Cup. No, Alvarez is a good pick from City. But why did they let him go, though? I don't know why. Alvarez has only been in Spain for one season and has done well. They won't sell him. Facts, Baz. Facts. I even wanted Griezmann when he was leaving Atletico Madrid, but this crowd said he's old. Harry Kane is a short-term solution that is one to explore for real. By the time he's done, you buy the next guy during that time. And that's what I'm saying. If Isak is waiting for Harry Kane, then that would be a good move. Isak to Germany, he will kill it. But I'm just saying, if he wants to be that dude, he needs to move. I take Weiss over Jota Nunes any day. Sheesh, that is cold-blooded. I hate buying players after World Cup tournament time. Me too. That's the worst time to buy players, especially the hype ones. James Rodriguez Hashashin, he said, but we bought Maka. Yeah, Maka was proven. I think he was in the league 2 years before we got him. Wilson is leaving Newcastle. Pedro is his replacement. I see what you're doing. Gasparini was a major part of why a lot of their best players stayed. He will leave now, so players from Atlanta will leave. That's true. He's a very good coach. Alvarez left because of playing time. Hashashini, you are right. Yeah, but big up to ManDem in the building. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Any questions? Question. Do you think of how good Pep is a coach? He can handle certain characters like Eto'o, Zlatan. Maybe Alvarez, same thing, told Pep, you play me or gone. Now, this is the thing. Pep is a great coach. But those players that you're talking about, only Eto'o is the winner. Zlatan, yes, he won a lot of leagues, but Zlatan never won the big prize. He talks a lot. I like his confidence. But the thing that Zlatan needs to realize that his confidence never matches the amount of top trophies that he won. He always go to clubs and that are already high, and then he wins the league with them. I don't remember the club that he dragged from the ground up and won the league with them. Most of the clubs that he went in, well, most of the clubs that he went in, he was just a missing piece. But even with that, he never won the Ballon d'Or. Excuse me, said the Ballon d'Or. He never won the Champions League. There's the idea where everybody see this argument, right? I'm going to shut it down. Most of the people who have this argument of character of a player over the manager is usually people who don't win anything. There's a reason why the manager is the manager. Why didn't did Zlatan play for Don Ancelotti? I don't remember if he did. Ancelotti is the best player manager in our time. He knows how to manage good characters. Yes, Mourinho also. He played under Mourinho. They never won. They won. The best thing they won was like Europa League. Eto'o had a career. He was some form of a character, but he's the anomaly. He's the exception. This thing of a player character over a manager is stupid because you're not going to win. I guarantee you, list a team where these character, they don't win anything. It's all about the player. And that's why one thing that I'll give to Arteta is kicking Aubameyang out. And anybody who said he was wrong for that, you are not a winner. Because guess what? When Aubameyang left, Arsenal started competing. Yeah, we could make fun of him, but you cannot deny the progression that Arteta brought them from. The reason why we fans banter Arsenal fans over Arteta is because of Arsenal fans. And nothing to do with Arteta. Yes, Arteta always he never reads the room. That's his problem. He never reads the room. So yes, you could always step on his neck. But you cannot tell me a team that was 8-8-8 and he brought them to 3 times second place. That's good. And when Aubameyang was there, they were not doing that. They won FA Cup under Arsene Wenger. So me, when it comes to players, always, people arguing that, yeah, the character. Bro, are you winning? At the end of the day, are you winning? Look at Pep. When he came to City, he made his stamp, and players who wanted to win said, we're going to listen. And all those players in the future are going to be showing their medals, all the trophies they won. Is Zlatan going to be able to speak? Can Zlatan come outside? No. He's just going to be talking about his confident. It's fun to have that confidence. Time is nice to have that banter. Yeah, I did this, it's me on. No, bro. PSG just won the Ballon d'Or. Why do I keep saying Ballon d'Or? Maybe they're going to win. One of their players are going to win the Ballon d'Or. But PSG just won the Champions League with a manager who had a message, and every player bought into the message. Enrique is not an easy manager like everybody think he is. He is strict. It's his way or you out of here. I agree with you. Second place is still the first loser. But when Obama was there, they were not even that close. They were not even there. So that theory is either you, okay, the question should be, do you want to win or do you want just characters in your game? Manchester United went for characters. How well are they doing now? Chelsea, they want to win, but they're going the long process by getting young players and they're building it for the future. If they keep this core for a long time and supplement it with the right players, Chelsea is going to be a scary team to deal with. I don't get this thing of people always, get this character in. Bro, those people don't win. There's only a few characters that have won, and those characters usually win. Maradona was one of them. But even Maradona wanted to win, so he always wanted the best player around him, and the best coaches always He always listened to the best coaches. He went to Napoli. He asked for 2 players. They gave him those 2 players. He won the league twice, back to back, in a time where Juve, AC, Inter was dominating. Remember, Napoli never had money. That's why they are so different. It's like Messi coming into the league right now and taking Crystal Palace and win the league twice. So that's my spiel about that. I don't want to hear about, oh, well, this character this character that, and this coach can deal with this character. Exactly, because the coach is a winner. Pep, I don't want to deal with that foolishness. If you want to listen to me, listen to me. For some of you guys, Messi is your GOAT. And Messi is like, I'm going to sit back and listen to this guy. How many trophies did they win together? How much did they dominate the world? Can Ibra say that? His confidence dominate the world, but can he sit there and when Messi sits down with his trophies, where's Ibra's trophies at? What is he going to compare? Ronaldo can compare his trophies with Messi's. And guess what? Ronaldo, as much as his ego is so inflated, he listens to managers. Alex Ferguson, Zidane, Ancelotti. People, at the end of the day, yes, these guys, that's their career, they make money. But for those people who wants to win, they listen to those managers that people are talking about. Oh, they don't want character this, they don't want character that. Your character, if your character is not about winning, please get out of here. And that is a very, very big point too. That is a very, 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 very good point. Salah has to win something with Egypt. Yes, Egypt is not as strong as they used to be because there's some powerhouses in Africa right now. But if Salah takes Egypt and win the AFCON, the next tournament coming, he jumps into the top 5 African players of all time. Right now, he's not. And this is an education I'm going to let you people who love the EPL so much. African players playing the African players in the league, in the English Premier League, does not automatically means that they are the best in Africa. We need to stop that. Salah is great in the EPL. But when it comes to the whole continent, brother, there's some contenders. All right. Salah is not the greatest African player ever. No, he doesn't even come close. Even in Egypt, he's not. So until he wins with Egypt, he's not, he may be top 10. But even that one, I'm not even going to make it easy on him. Eto'o, do you guys know what Eto'o won? Yaya Toure didn't, oh no, sorry, not Yaya Toure. Didier Drogba, as great as he was in the EPL, in Africa, he never won anything with Cote d'Ivoire. Yaya Toure did. So just because you play in the best league does not mean you're on your continent, you are the best. We need to stop that foolishness. I'm just letting you know right now. There are some Mahrez, right? Now, what's that guy in PSG? Hakimi. This year, African Player of the Year, Salah has competition. Hakimi, treble winner. Morocco. People forget Morocco is playing much, much better than Egypt is. They are the first African country to go to a semifinal in the World Cup. So I'm just going to say this, and if you people like character, yeah, Pep is a winner. He has won every single thing except the World Cup or Europe, the Euro. In terms of club success, he is the most successful club manager in our time. And he doesn't need characters. He just needs players who will listen to him. Same thing with Klopp. Klopp doesn't care about characters. He needs players who will win with him. At the end of the day, it's not about your character that's going to make you one of the best players of all time. It's what did you win? Right now, when we ask about who's the best player, it's always what did they win? What did they win? How many times did they win? It's not about, oh, well, he was a character. Your character, where did he take you? There's one or two players who have those characters that have won things, and that does not make them the rule. That's just the exception. So I'm sorry, honesty, that part I can't spoke back with you on that one. Why are you guys getting on Salah, man? Salah winning. He came at the wrong time with Egypt, man. Salah came at the wrong time with Egypt. That year that Egypt had, oh man, I don't even, well, now he will start. But that year that Egypt dominated Africa, if Salah was on that team, man, whew. He said, what about George Weah? George Weah character was nowhere near what Eto'o and Zlatan is. Talk to Checo Weah. The reason why Weah is also in, remember, Weah won the Ballon d'Or. Weah was known as the best player in the world. But his country, Liberia, was... So yes, the fact that he won the Ballon d'Or can propel him to be in the top 5 of African players of all time because of the Ballon d'Or. He's the only African player that I know for sure, unless we want to do the genealogy. But Zidane, Algeria. But that's here or there. We don't need to go there. But I'm just saying, George Weah won the Ballon d'Or. And the Ballon d'Or, for individual talent, it trumps a lot of trophies. So you can, so George Weah and Eto'o can have a conversation where Eto'o can say, hey, I won AFCON, I think twice. I have the most goals for my country. Like, Eto'o can list a whole bunch of things that George Weah hadn't. But then George Weah will bring that golden ball and say, where's yours? They both have won the Champions League, I believe. They both won their leagues. But that golden ball, man, that golden ball. He said Pep is a winner, but Teta is a loser with a main character syndrome. At the end of the day, whatever you are, you got to... This is what I'm saying. Eto'o, right? The difference between Eto'o and Zlatan. Eto'o has catalogs. So with his strong personality and character or whatever he does, if you call Eto'o outside, he would tell you, I got everything here except the Ballon d'Or. Zlatan, what can you bring? That's the difference. That's the difference between them two. Yes, Zlatan, you go to PSG. PSG was going to win the league already. All right? He moved from club to club that win leagues, but he didn't have to win the ultimate. Eto'o, Barcelona, he won the league. Barcelona, he won the treble. He goes to Inter. He repeats. Remember, Barcelona sold Eto'o to... No, actually, they took Zlatan, gave Inter money and Eto'o. That's how much they wanted Eto'o out. And guess what? Eto'o says, see, watch this. And he wins a treble. So when there's comparison about characters, at the end of the day, I'm going to ask you, what did you win? Real G's remember Mohamed Zidane. You're right, 100%. For real Zidane, bro. I'm telling you. So if Salah wins Ballon d'Or, then what are we saying? If Salah wins Ballon d'Or, top 5 African player of all time. It's as simple as that. Salah wins Ballon d'Or, he's top 5 Africans of all time. You could put him number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. I don't care. But right now, brother, Mane has the AFCON. I'll let you know Salah shoe with but he says Sadio Mane has to be considered right up there. No, Sadio Mane is up there, but he's not. I would say he's top 5. People, African players top 5, man. There are some players that you never heard before, like even in Egypt. If you go to Egypt, Salah is like number 3 or number 4. So in his country, he's number 3 or number 4. How is it the whole Africa he's number 1? That does not make sense. Right? You got Jovia and Eto already. I'm just saying, right? Egypt has some, oh my God, they have some ballers like you say in Zidane. Their goalkeeper is probably the best goalkeeper I've ever seen. And you could ask Egyptians, they will tell you, Egyptians will come up here and talk Salah this, but then when you ask them, give me the top 5 Egyptians of all time, or top 2, and Salah is never in there. So how Salah is the best in Africa, but in your country he's not? He says, Search Pele comments about South African player named Jono Sono. Africa has some real ball. Yeah, Africa has some real ballers. What's the name? Isubio? Portugal, but he's originally from Mozambique. Ronaldo's favorite player of all time is from Mozambique. It's to be fair, Zlatan helped Man United win Europa League. That's what I said. That's the biggest European trophy he's ever won. And I don't even think he played that game. He was injured. He had a knee problem. That's very true. Remember, Pele also said the same thing about Abedi Pele too. That man too. 3 times African Player of the Year. He's won the Champions League, even though they were found later that somebody cheated in their department, like City. Mohamed Abubakar, the Guardian. Bro, I'm telling you, man, people think that just because you play in the EPL, that makes you the ultimate African player. No. There's some players who never left the continent, especially in Egypt, who never left the continent, and they are considered the best ever. Winning the FIFA World Cup with France 2018, Europa League with Atletico Madrid in 2018, and the Spanish Cup in Barcelona 2021. Where will you rank? Griezmann is also one of those undercover winners that he doesn't talk much. He does everything under the ground. That's where will you rank him in the world? He is, I mean, that's a catalog right there. The thing with Griezmann is it always feels like he is not the main dude why they won a big trophy. 2018, France, it was Mbappe, Kante, and then Pogba. Even though Griezmann was a big factor in there, that if you say who were the reason why they won, they won't say Griezmann, they will say Mbappe. And the next person is Kante. And the next one is Pogba. Right? So that's always been, he goes to Barcelona, he's with Messi and Suarez. If they win, you're not going to be the dude. By the time Salah finishes, he'll be the best Egyptian for me. Why? Will he win the AFCON? Because remember I said, Baz, the AFCON on Egyptians, unless you bring in an AFCON, they don't consider you one of the best. I mean, for you, I get it. I understand. It's your opinion, so I'm not going to try to change your mind. I'm just countering your opinion. He has to bring in that trophy to Egypt. Remember, Mahrez did. So that's what I'm saying. Isubio, that's the guy. Isubio. That's the player that Pele even himself said, this guy is better than me when Pele was at his peak. That guy came from Mozambique, but somehow, somewhere, he ended up playing for Portugal. Eusebio, the greatest Portuguese player of all time. Yes. Abedi Pele, Jordan Ayew's father was, bro. Pele, let me give you guys a little fun fact. Abedi's name is never Pele. His name is Abedi Ayew. That's his original name. The reason why they add Pele is the Pele is his nickname. But his brother was so good, even Pele named him Pele. That's why his name became Abedi Pele. He was so bad. Oh my God. And personally, I don't want to make it about race. Now he is one of those players like Kudus and Isak, where they stayed in the team that didn't appreciate him for so long. He should have left Marseille right after they won the Champions League. He should have gone to AC Milan. Not AC Milan at that time. AC Milan, they beat AC Milan, but AC Milan was with. He should have found a bigger club than Marseille, but he stayed, and then everything fell apart. And then he kind of he's always like in Marseille, he was the best player, but Petit was always the guy who take the credit. If you guys remember Petit, I think he was their striker, right? He scored a lot of goals because of Abedi Pele. Abedi Pele, that's his name. Abedi Ayew, Jordan Ayew, and what's his name? I forgot his brother's name. That doesn't it strike weird that Jordan is called Jordan Ayew instead of Jordan Pele? Yeah, his name is Abedi Ayew. He was so good, they named Pele. Pele even himself ordained him as this is the best player, African Player of the Year 3 times. And those days, there were some bad men in there, especially the Nigerian players. Giroud won a World Cup without scoring. He will this year. Okay. Ghana is not in AFCON, so right now I'm hating everybody who's played. But Ghana is going to the World Cup. That's I am more Abedi Pele than him. Messi, until he won the World Cup, he became the GOAT for Argentina. He's still not the GOAT for Argentina. There's a guy by the name of Maradona. Yeah. He became a GOAT for a lot of people. Okay. Messi winning the World Cup put him into the GOAT conversation. As great as he was, if you haven't won it, you can't be called the GOAT, because we know the World Cup is the golden ticket for that type of conversation. Now he's sitting on the table. But then on the table, there's a player that has 3 of them things. Are you better than him? I'm just saying. Yeah, Tony Yeboah was so special, man. Proof. This guy was so special. In Ghana, they used to have debates. Tony Yeboah versus Abedi Pele. In all, Abedi Pele is a better player. But Tony Yeboah was such a bad man goal scorer that people used to sit there and debate for hours upon hours, to the point where the Ghana national team had 2 sides. There was the Abedi Pele side and there was the Tony Yeboah side. That's how bad things were. What about the goal against Liverpool? The shot that hit the post. Oh, Tony Yeboah was something else, man. I think people outside Africa don't understand and grasp the magnitude of AFCON in Africa. Everything stands still. That's why when Carragher made that stupid statement, there was so much backlash coming from that continent. Yeah, you could say, oh, it's not technical enough. It's not this. They don't care. At the end of the day, Africa knows how important AFCON is. And we don't care about how technical it needs to be. Oh, the skill level is not up to par. So we saw we saw Copa and Golden whatever that last year they had in America. All of you guys were bored. Even Europe was boring till the knockout stage. AFCON, from kickoff to the end of the match, there was always drama, there was always story, there was always a party. You can't say that with any other tournament except the World Cup. And against Liverpool, yeah, that's what I was saying. He won the Copa World Cup, another Copa America, and then, bro, Messi won all those in his last 3 years when he was about to retire. He didn't win this at his pomp. And even the Copa America that he beat Brazil, I think something was in there. The fact that after the game, Neymar was crying on his knees, praying and all that BS, and then 5 minutes later, he was sitting in the Argentina locker room laughing with Messi. What kind of player that you play in a major tournament? This is how it looks. It's like, let's say Steven G. Finals versus France. I made it up. Stevie G loses the game. He's out here crying. We see him crying. And right after the match, there's a picture of him sitting with the French team having a good laugh. Would you take that final seriously? I'm just saying. There's no true winner who will lose a major tournament and later on find himself laughing with the other team in their locker room. That's all I would say. A bit before Yeboah, we had Titi. Yeah. Morocco, good team, but never win anything. We will see this year. This is their year. If they don't win the AFCON this year, you're right. They won't win. A private jet flew past me. Just saying. AFCON where the ref is like, about this at 85 minutes, I'm going on. That's the greatest ref of all time, man. You cannot tell me this is not the greatest ref of all time. Oh, a pick with Demba Ba laughed. Can you imagine right after Stephen G slipped? Basically, a lot of people consensus that he's the reason why Liverpool did not win the league. And then after the match, Stephen G is sitting in the Chelsea locker room or dressing room having a laugh with Demba Ba and Terry and Lampard and them boys. People, I'm not bringing any conspiracy theories here. Brazil without Neymar sucks. Vini is trash. Brazil with Neymar, they didn't win anything. So with or without Neymar, they're still trash. That's why they have Ancelotti over there. All I'm going to say is that Maradona was never forced to retire from playing for Argentina because he didn't deliver. Hey, brother, you about to bring a firestorm with that conversation. They're not ready. Let's face it, Copa and World Cup were FIFA president. There was 3 years straight that they kept coming up with trophies so that Messi can win it and they can say he's the GOAT. But this is the thing that people don't get it. The hype and the commercial side of fans and football, whatever. The people decide who is the best. You can put it on TV as much as you want. The people, and there's more of us than hype fans who just player FCs. There's more of us than anybody else. The people who knows the game knows who the people on the street are. As they would say, the street knows. So yes, Messi, great. He sits on the table with Pele, Maradona, Zidane, Beckenbauer. Shoot, I even throw George Best in there. But the street knows who the Dons are. I'm just saying. The street knows. Remember Zambia or Zimbabwe won the AFCON on pen? Yep. Oh, man. Preach on Messi. The ultimate hype merchant people. I'm just saying. Messi won 8 Ballon d'Ors and 4 of them, I'll even say 5 of them should have never gone to him. Let's just start. 1 of them should have gone to Virgil. Another one should have gone to Iniesta or Xavi. They won the World Cup. I mean, I'll leave it at that. Let the Messi retire because he felt he let his country down. The pressure playing for bro. Hey, okay, Messi, he retired. Anyway, big up to ManDem. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys so very much. Again, recap. Kickers, Wirtz. Something is going to happen between today and by the end of the week. I know for sure. I know for sure that something is going to happen between today and by the weekend. The greatest Liverpool goalkeeper is from Africa. As much as I love Ali, and everybody knows how me and Ali, my 2 favorite players in Liverpool is Ali and Virgil. But this statement can't be half because Traveler, that was the dude. That goalkeeper was the dude from Zimbabwe. Thank you so much, boss. Big up to you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Honestly, the disrespect on Messi is why is it that when people point out the deficiency of Messi, everybody assume is that it's a disrespect? I don't get it. Like, players can't be criticized anymore. At what point did Messi become the greatest of all time that we cannot? Pele was criticized. Maradona was criticized. Bro, some of you guys need to do your history because there was football before Messi. Anybody can get it. If Messi played for ManDem, if Maradona played for ManDem, you would call him the same way. Brother, come on now. Honesty. I thought you know your football. Stop being player FC. Be the football FC. Study the game. Messi is great. And in most people's eyes, he's the GOAT. You can debate that. He's won the World Cup. He's won everything that needs to be won in the world of football. You can never take that away from him. You can never take his skills, what he gave to football. No one on the planet can take that away from Messi. But at the same time, there was people playing before Messi who did the same thing. That's why with me, whatever Messi did wasn't new to me because I saw what Maradona did. And if Ronaldinho has taken this game seriously, there would have been nobody on this earth that would have been like, yo. But he did not. But guess what? Messi was consistent for 10 plus years. Exactly. This is what's the name was talking about. FIFA wanted to anoint this guy so much that they were making trophies for him. This is honesty. You just proved what's the name's point. Let me find out. Was it Ro? Ro, did you say that? Somebody said that. Exactly the point that you just say right there. That was a point that somebody made earlier. Who did I forget? We were talking about this. You just proved the person's point, honesty. You just proved the person's point. You just proved the person's point that it will become a commercialized game with Messi and Ronaldo, and you telling me that Messi and Ronaldo were the only people who could only win the Ballon d'Or. The other Ballon d'Or to Wesley Sneijder, Messi should have that too. Sneijder beat Messi that year in the Champions League. He said Neymar or Ronaldinho overall career. Ronaldinho, Neymar don't even come close. If Neymar had one good year, and that's the year he won the Champions League, the year that he won the Champions League, and then he moved to PSG. That was the year that even that year Neymar should have won. I think Neymar should have won the Ballon d'Or that year because he's the reason why Barcelona beat PSG, that they did that miracle comeback. That year Neymar was the year that everybody thought that this guy is going to take off. That year, everybody was like, this brother is about to take off. But he did not. He went to PSG and partied all day. This one said they wanted to crown and anoint Messi in front of the world. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why when every time Messi lose, the whole world was laughing because it became commercialized. Everything was Messi. Everything is Messi. Oh, Messi just gave bro. There was a game where Messi gave a simple pass. It was an assist. And the commentator felt like he dribbled the whole stadium and gave the assist. That's why people was getting turned off on Messi. It wasn't even on Messi. It was it's like the industry per se, right? That was overhyping it. The people are like, bro, we watching the game. We see the great things he's doing, but don't make it too much. And that's what I'm saying. The street knows. Yeah. Okay. Well, if that's how you see football, then I can't debate you. You are entitled to that opinion. Messi and Ronaldo put in numbers that no one has ever done. But So are you saying that Ronaldo is better than Messi? Because I believe Ronaldo's numbers is better than Messi. Well, why are you okay? Honestly, you are contradicting yourself. If Lamine wins the World Cup, he is at the center of the table with Messi. And you cannot say, no, people cannot say he's not better than Messi because you are using the same argument that Messi is this because of this, this, and that. So ManDem will come back and say, that's what football is. And that's why I keep telling you, the street knows. Remember when Mbappe won the World Cup, everybody said he's at Messi's level, he's at Ronaldo's level. And after that, he fell off a little bit. So you cannot use that same you can't use the same argument for yourself, but then when people use that same argument against you, you say, oh, no, you can't do that. Brother, that's how it is. That's how most football fans think. Right now, Messi is your GOAT. That's fine. And I think he deserved to get that title, but not for everybody. But big up to ManDem. Great conversation. I love all of you guys, man. This is what I love about my community. We can disagree and still be respectful with each other. And that's what football is about. You know, I wish we were all in the pub, then we having this great conversation. You know, drinks will be flying. We'll be enjoying ourselves, eating barbecue. That would be great. One day we could make it happen. That you guys can make me great where I can have a show with all of you guys in one room and we just having a good conversation. All right, one last one from Honesty. He said no, because ManDem saying they push Messi, so yes, they did. And that's why a lot of Messi got put off for a long time until, if you don't pay attention, Messi, the last 3 years of Messi is where people started giving him his just due. Even after all the great things he did before, people did not give it to him because they kept saying he's a commercial player. Even Argentinians were saying that. So you need to study. Don't just make a point. Like I said, whatever argument you are using for Messi, somebody's going to use that for Lamine, and you cannot disagree with them. Say next year, Kwesi flying to the quad. Next, we will have that drink. Yes. Let's put that into the spaces. Let's put that into the spaces. That's what we need. FIFA trying too hard to inject reality to TV drama into football. Yes. That is it. Ronaldo, R9, Messi, Ronaldinho, Gerrard, Riquelme. Those are my favorite players. And now VVD. Those players were in one team. I don't think there will be a team on the planet. Well, football always has its funny ways. The best team usually don't win. You know, there's been only a few teams on this planet that have won with great players. And Brazil was one of them. R9, Ronaldinho, Pepe. Oh my God. And then you look at the Dutch side, they have had some great players and they could not win. It's funny how football always is a Messi a commercial player when the guy being the face of everything is, bro, honesty. Allow it. You are not getting my point. I said go back. The thing is, you are capping your football knowledge into Messi years. There's more years of Messi. There's more football before Messi. So if you capping your whole years on when Messi was playing, then it's very hard for me to have that argument with you. People are not ready to hear that CR7 is better than Messi, the greatest all-around player of his era. They had equal Ballon d'Ors and they gave Messi 4 fake players that play for one club is a dying art now. That's true. So true. What are the doors we get? Wirtz. I'm saying before the end of the week, it should be done. At this point, I'm even tired. Come on, sign the paper. Let's move on. He said Messi, Maradona, Ronaldinho, Pele, talent-wise and players only correct list. Facts. Big up to you guys, man. Thank you. Let's have a great day and rest of the week. And finally, Liverpool signed Wirtz and Kirker so we can move on to the next, which is Isak. Quincy Bull. Verse.